Bugeye guys, today we're doing some basics. Just if you're unfamiliar with these cars, I want to show you how to open the bonnet, okay? This is probably our #1 most popular, frequently asked question. How do you open the bonnet? So I will show you in more detail. Nick, you might have to come down a little lower, but when we lift this up, I'll show you. The way that you do it is you take this little T-handle in the front and you twist it so that it's in line fore and aft with the car. And what that does is it disengages these locking pins. And I will show you that again once we get the nose up in the air. And then what you want to do, and Nick, you can sort of show in profile, you want to try to get your back nice and straight. And this is an operation to use your legs. And so you're just going to push with your legs and lift your body upward. Once you get it up, it's going to sit on these telescopic struts. And they have a little sort of cam deal that when you go all the way up and then you lower it, they either release or lock. And that's how you get the bonnet struts to work. Okay, now that it's up in the air, you can better see these locking mechanisms. And this is how the T-handle engages these little rods right here. So when the latch is perpendicular to the car, they're out. And when it's parallel to the car, they retract. There are also these two cones. It's nice to know about these. These engage the front of the frame horn right here. So the locking pins engage in these plates and the cones engage in these frame rails. And the whole thing keeps the bonnet nice and tight and located when you lower it. So when I go to lower the nose, I want to make sure that the bonnet pins are in, these locking bars are in. And then I'm going to lift it up off the struts and lower it down. You don't want to drop it, you want to lower it slowly. And then this is where it can sometimes be a little fussy because the pins have to drop in the holes. But if I turn it, it immediately locks. We've adjusted this one so it works quite nicely. And now you're all set and ready to go. The important thing about this, it would take a 1,000,000-mile-an-hour wind to lift this, but the nice thing is that the lock holds it all together. Should you ever have an accident, you want to make sure the bonnet is locked to the car. And that, folks, is how you operate the nose on a Bugeye Sprite. I do want to show you one other thing, and that's the flip forward option. Before we go as far as bonnet opening, this is my own personal car Gumby that I've had since the 70s, and very special car. On this one, of course, it came from the factory with opening just like the red car we were just looking at, but we've just converted this one to a flip forward nose. And for these, I lift at the wheel arch and try to get as close to the center as I can, and then lift it all the way forward. I have an engine in front, but there's enough room. And that's how you open a flip forward nose. Very straightforward. Again, the original hinges would have been here for it to open this way, but now we've reversed it. And the advantage of this is it's much less strain on your back. We've all done this a few thousand times, so it's nice to have a flip forward. It's less stress on your body, and it makes engine access much better. It makes service a lot easier. And if you go to car shows and you like to display your beautiful engine, this one has a supercharger, the flip nose just kind of makes it easier to showcase. And then to close it, you just pull it down, and then you go back to grabbing at the wheel arch so you don't pinch your fingers, and slowly lower it back into position. And then we generally will use a leather strap. Gumby has custom green ones to hold the nose down. So those are the ways that you operate a nose on a Bugeye Sprite. From Bugeye Guys.